to give you guys, or to give you ladies, should I say, a little insight in what we're going to do today. So, we're going to move through a little presentation to discover what it is that is zapping our radiance as women. And we are then going to do a tapping session on it. So, emotional freedom technique, also known as tapping, which is really designed to rewire the nervous system, the emotional imprints, all of that dogma and conditioning that our brain picked up somewhere along the way. And then we're going to do some embodiment practices as well to help us really get back in touch with our sensuality, to soften more so that we can receive more in life, and really step out of just giving all the time and actually know that we are worthy of receiving. Then at the end of the class, if you guys want to stick around, I'll be talking about a program that I have. If you guys want to go deeper, you can stay around for that as well. So that's what we're going to do. Now, before we begin, I'm going to let you ladies know a little bit about what happened to me last year, because this is the reason why I'm doing an all women's circle today, because I went through something that was life-threatening last year. I had reached a severe point of burnout on many levels. And what I learned about burnout as a woman is that burnout doesn't just happen from overworking. Burnout and losing our radiance comes from not having the time or the space to give to ourselves. And when we don't have time and space to give to ourselves, then we don't have an emotional process available to us either. Because when you have space, then you can process life, right? But if you're always on doing, you don't have enough feedback as a woman to go in and do the inner work that's required. And life is happening. And so for me, if you've got a microphone and just mute it. And for me, I'd come out a couple of years earlier of a long-term relationship, and I had some grieving that needed to happen that hadn't happened because I was so busy building my business, sharing the work, traveling internationally. I was working with Mind Valley, doing a lot of their programs and sharing on their stages, and life was outwardly rocking it, like I was hustling, making it work, the things were building. But underneath, there was no time for me. So I was teaching a method that I wasn't even giving myself space to do for myself. And then along that journey, I got really sick and my hormones went completely out of whack. I found myself in bed for 6 or 7 months with massive amounts of adrenal fatigue, huge digestive issues. My period stopped for 7 months. And my hair was falling out. I had like bald chunks coming off my hair. And it was just like 3 a.m. every morning, wake up, like massive, like palpitations in my heart, like just really out of it. I ended up in hospital for a week. It was such a shock to my system from someone that was like so on to suddenly being so unwell. And it forced me to slow down. I literally could not move. And all of my adrenals and everything were completely zapped. And for 7 months, I basically was in bed. And while I was in bed, I started doing a lot of the cleanup work that I needed to do that was missing in my life. I was too busy giving and not enough receiving. And so I had to rely on people giving to me again, of getting supported again. I was always the supporter, and it was like a real challenge for me to even receive support while I was unwell, but I had no choice. So I had to really practice receiving, and I had to practice coming back to my own feminine energy. And I was really scared. I was like, my period stopped. This is the first time this has ever happened. Am I entering perimenopause? Because all of my hormones are up and down. But I started doing a lot of my feminine practices and started doing a lot of tapping to clear out everything that was exhausting me in the background, all of the things that needed to be processed. So in addition to doing the emotional work that needed to happen to heal my body, I also started doing more feminine practices, slow sensual movements, sensual touch, really gently bringing myself back to life, because I was I had an energy that was always kind of forcing and pushing for such a long time. And so as I recalibrated myself through that sensual energy, my period came back, my hair grew back, my life force came back, my whole life completely changed because I did all of this emotional work. I let go of people that weren't supposed to be in my life. I cut ties with people that were sucking my energy. I moved to a different country. I let go of old people, old things, old commitments. I started saying no more, and I created really good boundaries that I didn't even know I needed. And coming out of all of that, my boundaries are now clearer. My space, my time, my sacred energy is more valued and honored by me. And I shifted. I had a complete life turnaround. So I'm really happy now. I'm living in Bali, and life is just so blessed now. And I get massages almost every other day, and I'm creating and serving from a place of really being deeply nourished. I feel rooted again. And all of that happened from what we're going to learn tonight. So I'm going to share with you some practices that I did for myself as I was coming out of being a woman that was just an overgiver, a woman that was overriding her energy, and stepping back into a woman that is deeply resourced within herself and gives from a place of deep nourishment, not from a place of overgiving. So I'm really, really excited to share this with you today. And this is something that's very, very dear to my heart. And so for all the women on this call, thank you for showing up. I want you to know that I really deeply see you and I value you. And I'm all about creating sisterhood, and I'm all about being a space holder for all of us to shine, to step away from old conditioning that's come from the patriarchy that relates to women being in competition, and stepping into a place where women celebrate each other's radiance and celebrate each other's erotic power and celebrate each other's beauty, and encourages each other to really stand and shine and step into their magnificence. And that's what I'm here to represent within myself and to hold for all of you. And so thank you for showing up. And that's my invite for us today. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take you through a little PDF that will show you what we're going to do today and some of the core lessons that we're going to apply in our tapping session as well. And so maybe you might relate to some of this. Maybe some of the things that I share might spike, oh yeah, I can relate to that. That feels like me. And if it does, just log that, because we're going to tap on it tonight and clear it out as well. So let's have a little look at this. This is a return to your feminine radiance. This class, this workshop is all about reclaiming your life force, your needs, and your natural expression. So some of the things that really supported me to come back into my radiance for the baseline was rest, slow movement, pleasure and sensuality, allowing myself to receive support, doing things that actually created nourishment for my body, my mind, and my spirit, doing grief and emotional healing, getting more in touch with my feminine rhythms. Like I said, when my cycle stopped, I had to pay a lot of attention to getting my cycle back on. And a lot of that had to do with honoring the moon, with working with my own rhythms, listening to my body. And slowly over time, it came back. And then listening to my body, number one, right? So the radiance returned. Hallelujah. And what I have seen time and time again, working with women, working with myself, that there are two main things that I see that make a woman lose her radiance. One is when we override our core needs. So we abandon our body or our soul just in order to give to others. And the second one is we suppress our life force. So we might dim our natural expression, our creativity, our aliveness, because we want to stay safe and we want to be accepted. And so there's this shrinking that happens because we don't want to be too big or too expressed. But when the radiance is alive, sometimes it really is really big and expressed, and it's beautiful. And how do we come back into a place of really celebrating our radiance without feeling like there's something wrong with it? So let's go a little bit deeper into it. So the first cause that I'm speaking about, so women have been taught to prioritize everyone else. And when we do that, and we're not prioritizing ourselves, we disconnect from rest, we disconnect from nourishment, self-love, pleasure, our boundaries, our emotional truth, creativity, cyclical living, slower rhythms, support, and receiving. So all of that, when that is out, our light begins to dim because we're not getting these core needs met as women, and we're trying to insert ourselves in a masculine driven world. And the masculine doesn't need as much as this because they're running on testosterone. They've got different energy principles, and we've tried to insert ourselves in a very masculine driven productive world that we override, even listening to our cycles sometimes. I mean, I don't know how many women even on this call, like, when is the cycle happening? Are you tracking it? Like, are you giving yourself that rest? These are all the things that actually help us be the abundant givers that we want to be. So that's that first cause. And then the second cause is suppressing our life force. So for many of you who may have read a little bit about Tantra or some of the ancient philosophy, they call it Shakti, which is this life force, the feminine energy. It's the same energy that brings a birth, that helps you bring life into this planet, that helps you birth your dreams. It's all coming from the sacral. And a lot of that has to do with our creativity, our self-expression, our sensuality, our pleasure, our passion, joy, our sexuality, our authenticity, our desires, and our vitality. So all of these are under the umbrella of the Shakti life force that wants to move and animate us. And if you just look at some of these pieces, you could look at each one and you could ask yourself, how expressed am I here? How expressed am I there? And you might see that a lot of these, you might be hiding them. You might be avoiding them. You might be thinking, oh, I don't have time for those, or that's just a luxury and I can't put energy there because I've got to take care of these other things. But actually, this is what allows you to overflow. And that overflow allows you to then create and do the things from a place of really being nourished. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Shakti. The Shakti is not only sexual energy. And I think this is something really important that I want us all to understand, because in the patriarchal world that we have been brought up in, a lot of the attention has been put on a woman's life force as something that men own, or something that men want, or something that women use to manipulate men with. And so when the Shakti is alive, it can look like sexual energy, but it's actually life force. And the reason why it looks like sexual energy is because Shakti is very alive in the sexual act. When you are making love with someone, that sexual energy can really get turned on, but it's not actually sexuality, it's life force. And so because women have been so suppressed, and sometimes the only time the Shakti gets turned on is in sexuality, that we've all put this Shakti energy under the category of sexual energy. But the Shakti, the life force that animates us, it's expressed in so many other ways, and it doesn't have to be sexual. It's expressed in your dance, in your creativity, the way you laugh, the way you feel really deeply, the way you speak your truth, right? And I think it's really important for us as women to know that, because then it's not something to be afraid of. Men, the masculine, the toxic masculine, the patriarchal energy, not all men, just the patriarchal energy, wanted to own the Shakti energy. And so it got suppressed, and it was only allowed out in the bedroom. But when we actually take it back as women, it's not about, oh, I'm throwing my sexual energy around everywhere. It's about, I'm alive in my body, and it feels pleasurable, and it feels good, and I feel connected to life itself. And when we can come back to knowing that very deeply, then that Shakti life force, which is the giver of all energy, it gets channeled into everything that we're doing. But with that, we've been taught to suppress it. right? And so we have these belief systems that got programmed into us that if we express it, I'm going to be too much. I'll threaten other women. Men will misunderstand me. I'll be judged. I'll be rejected. I'll be unsafe. I'll need to stay small. Good girls don't shine too brightly. And so we learn to shrink that radiance, and the radiance disappears when we shut down that life force. And when we come back to really owning our power as women, we step away from all of these beliefs, and we develop a relationship with ourselves that doesn't need approval from the outside world. And when we don't need approval from the outside world, when we love ourselves that much, we don't need to change who we are to get love, because we know we already are love. We know we are worthy of love. Then that energy, that Shakti, that life force that creates radiance, gets to be channeled however it wants to be channeled. Like when you're taking care of your children at home, there's this glow that's coming through you, this beautiful aliveness. You often see it in pregnant women, you know, there's this glow that's coming out, this radiance. And some men will be like, wow, it's so attractive when a woman's pregnant like that, right? Because she's glowing in her radiance. Is she wanting or intending to send out sexual signals to men? No, not necessarily. She's just glowing. And that glowing is a turn on for life. And it's really, really beautiful. And so what the invitation is for us as women, as we're really releasing thousands of years of programming, is that we get to drop all this stuff and we get to love being in our body, love our radiance, and invite other women to do the same and celebrate other women in their radiance too, and remind men that this radiance is ours and we're not using it to manipulate. We're not using it to get anything. We're not using it to win a war or anything like that. We're here because we want to feel good and we want to feel pleasure in our body, and that's our greatest service to life. So these hidden programs, what we're going to look at tonight and what we're going to clean up is we're going to clean up all of the ways that we've inherited these programs from society, culture, the patriarchy, and our mother's line. And we're going to look at how they got passed down through the generations. And we're just going to clean them up so that we can come back, so that we can really shape our life from a place of radiance where we move, we speak, we feel, we shine from a place of feeling really lit up inside. And this reclamation, which is what we'll be doing, is about really returning to what is actually innate inside of you, because everything else actually requires a lot of energy. The conditioning that we're trying to hold on to requires a lot to hold on to. And that creates a lot of exhaustion. There's people pleasing, all of these beliefs, even the performance that can come from trying to be sensual and sexy, on top of like actually your authenticity is what's sensual and sexy. It's not the performance of it. And so all of these pieces, we get to just clear out and we get to come back to this supple, beautiful, authentic, embodied field of energy that is who you are underneath all of that programming. So this is what we'll be doing tonight. We're going to be releasing those beliefs. We're going to be allowing the life force in so that it can flow through our body. And what you'll notice, and what I actually experienced when I went through my own healing with it as well, is that that life force heals your body. If you are disconnected from that life force, literally, it's like pranic life force. A lot of the yogis talk about it as well. That life force is what heals the body. It moves through the body to heal ailments, disease, etc. So when you don't have that life force, it's not supporting your full health either. So we want to really turn it back on. And the way that we do that is we allow our needs to be honored as women. We allow our bodies to be taken care of. We allow ourselves to listen to our intuition for what our true needs are. And we allow ourselves to make decisions from the oracle that is inside all of us. And that oracle power is connected deeply to your feminine intuition. She will tell you what she needs. She will listen to what her family needs, what her children need. And that will be what guides the family. That will be what guides her life, because she's now connected to her intuitive powers. So, what do we get from that radiance? We become more alive and present. We're in our bodies. We become magnetic and joyful. We draw in what is meant for us with more grace. We are creative. We're expressed. We flow more freely and naturally. There's no masking in this, right? There's a natural self-expression. And we get to be deeply ourselves. We get to connect to our heart, to our eros, to our life force, and that gets to shine through us, and we just get to feel the natural resonance of feeling happy in our life, which shouldn't be something that we have to work at, but it is because of all of this conditioning. Okay, so today, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be reclaiming it. We're going to be doing an EFT tapping experience. We'll be releasing those inherited beliefs, those emotional patterns, and we'll be connecting through some somatic awakening and visualization to that life force inside of us, giving ourselves permission to really awaken and come back to life. So we'll be releasing the pressure, the conditioning, the fear, the self-abandonment, and we'll be coming back in to our life force, our joy, our sensuality, and our feminine radiance. And I really, really highlight that it is our life force, our joy, our sensuality, because for so much of the time, all of that was marketed as something that we had to buy. We have to buy all these creams. We have to do all this Botox just to look beautiful, just so that we get love from the world, etc. But we get to release all of that and say, I'm coming back into my awakening because it's mine. It's my life force. It belongs to me. It's my joy. It's my sensuality. And I'm doing it for me now. And I'm not doing it for anyone else. So that's a little bit about what we're going to be doing today. And I ask that when you go through the experience with this, that you might feel some emotions coming up. You might feel some contraction coming up. You might feel pain arising in your system, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going back through the lineage of where you picked all this stuff up from your mother's line and your grandmother's line, and all the ways that they had to suppress because they were living in a time where it was really hard to be liberated. I mean, we're talking about thousands of years of suppression that often gets imprinted in our DNA as women. And there's science behind the imprints in DNA. So not only are certain codes passed down in the DNA around fear of self-expression because of being burnt at the stake and all sorts of things that have happened to women in the past. But then also things get passed down in early age brackets as well. So when we are born between the ages of 0 and 6, we're in a theta state, and that's a semi-hypnotic state. So as a child, young girl child, you watch your mother and how she behaves and how she relates to reality and what she believes. And that just becomes a part of what you hypnotically pick up. And so later on in life, a lot of your mother's beliefs and a lot of your mother's thoughts, which might have been disempowered because of the time that she was living in, got passed to you. And then later on, you got to start doing that cleanup because they're not serving you. And that's why we're all here, so that we can do the cleanup and that we can pass on the changes to our children and our children's children. And we're doing that cleanup work together right now. So I'm really, really excited to be with you guys and do this together. Awesome. So Beth just said, yeah, we will be sending out a recording of this. So no worries. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on a little bit of music, and I want you guys to, in the initial stages, I'm going to ask you some questions about what it is that really resonated with you. Like, what are the ways that you've been overgiving or abandoning yourself? How have you been suppressing your life force? And from what I shared, what was it that really showed up for you? So I'm going to pop a little music on just so that we can get in touch with that. And then we're going to go through the start of the session, which is an EFT session. And the middle of the session might feel quite intense for you. And if it does, that's fabulous, because I want you to feel it. I want you to feel it. So much of what the world has taught us is to suppress our emotions. Women's power is feeling their emotions. Their emotions are here to tell us things. When things are off, we feel it. And so if we've been taught to suppress emotions, we've also been taught to suppress our intuition. And so what you're going to learn tonight is, oh, I can process my emotions. I can feel my emotions, and my emotions can tell me what I need to know. And we weren't brought up in a society that knew how to do that. So the easiest thing was, let's just suppress them. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to say, let's feel them. Let's feel what the emotions are doing. What need is missing? What is the emotion actually asking for? And then you're going to get to experience that while also healing that emotional pattern. So that's what we're going to do today. All right, let me pop some music on. Perfect. Okay. So let's just take a moment right now and just place our hand on our womb and our hand on our heart. And then I just want you to relax your belly. Let's just let it get heavy. Let all of the weight of your belly, no sucking in, no holding, just let it be loose right now. Let the belly be loose and hold your womb. And I want you to take some long, deep breaths right down into your womb right now. Connect to your life force. This is your place of sensuality. This is the place where creative life comes from. And taking a deep breath in through the nose. And just exhale with a little ha. We're going to make some sound as well. We're going to give ourselves permission as women just to make sound, whatever sounds we want to make. Inhale into the womb. Exhale with a ha. Once more into the womb and then into the chest. And then ha. And I want you to feel the resonance of that ha right now, into the womb, into the heart, and then with the ha. Ha. See if you can even let that ha have a little bit of pleasure in it. Inhale into the womb, into the chest, and into the ha. Ha. And then just create some gentle circles here from the hips. And doing that same breath into the womb, into the heart, and into the heart. Beautiful. These circular motions just help open up the body. Inhale to the womb, the chest, and then the heart. Letting the belly be loose. Do a few more here. And then this time, really extend the ha sound. Make it go as long as you can. Feel that vibration going through your whole body. Let's do another one. Really extend that ha. Once more, let's make that ha go as long as you can. Going into the womb, into the chest, into a ha. And then just resting, holding your womb, holding your chest. Feeling your body right now, being present with your body. And And as you hold this feminine power, this feminine life force, I want you to tune into your life right now and just being honest with your body, letting your body speak to you right now. And asking yourself, what are the ways that you've been abandoning yourself? What are the ways that you've been overgiving and not giving back to yourself? And just tune into those ways right now. Is it showing up in your work? Is it showing up in how you navigate relationship or family? Does it show up in the constant racing, the constant doing? Is it showing up through exhaustion or burnout? How is it showing up in your life? And what are you doing that's overriding your needs as a woman? Is it that you're afraid to say no or let people down? Is it that you just don't feel like you have the time? Just tune into what they are for you. How have you been abandoning yourself? Is there a constant pressure that you need to achieve more? You need to do more. You have to get more results. And how have you been suppressing your life force? Have you been holding back your life force? Have you been suppressing your connection to your sensuality or your pleasure? Have you been thinking that that's just a luxury and that you don't have time for it? Or have you been shrinking because you don't want to be too radiant in case you offend someone or send the wrong signal? You've been holding back your power because you think the world will judge you for being too radiant and too powerful. And I want you to tune into all of this that's present for you right now. And on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 feeling really disconnected from your radiance, 0 being my radiance is completely here. How intense has this struggle been for you? 10 being the highest, 0 being complete radiance. Just write it in the chat for me. Okay, Selena 9, Jessie 5, Priscilla 6, Alex 10, Myrna 10, Lima 10, Kayla 6, Sarah 7, Ramita 8. Okay, beautiful. And what you might find in the session today is you might find that the intensity might rise for you because there might be some numbness there. And numbness is often a protection mechanism from feeling. So if the number goes higher in the middle, that's okay. But the intention is to bring the number lower so we're no longer in struggle. We're no longer in that fight or flight. We're in more radiance. So let's start now by massaging underneath the collarbone. And tune in, first of all, to how you have been overriding and abandoning your needs. How you haven't been taking care of yourself the way you really need to. How you've been feeling maybe strung out, exhausted, overwhelmed, tired. And just massaging under the collarbone here. Feel what that feels like and feel the number of that intensity of how exhausting that's been for you. And then tap the center of the chest and repeating after me. I've been really struggling with this. Repeating after me, tapping the center of the chest. I've been really struggling with this. It's been making me feel tired, exhausted, and burnt out. And I've been pushing a lot. I've been pushing a lot. Tapping between the brows. I've been really pushing. And just feel how much you've just been pushing through, trying to make it work, trying to do all the things, trying to get it handled. Feel what that push feels like. I've been pushing a lot. Tapping the temples. And that's making me feel exhausted. Tapping the cheeks. I've been feeling really exhausted and burnt out from this. And disconnected from my radiance. Tapping underneath the nose. I've been disconnected from my power as a woman. And I keep making excuses for it. I keep making excuses for my lack of radiance. Tapping underneath the lips. And what is your excuse? I don't have enough time. It's too hard. My needs don't matter. I have to take care of everyone else first. What are some of the reasons inside you that hasn't been nourishing the feminine? What are the reasons inside of you that doesn't feel like you can do it, or it doesn't feel like you have time, or it doesn't feel like it's worthy of your energy? Okay. So sometimes we don't nourish ourselves, such as give ourselves time to rest, such as take time out to read a book, to write, to go get a massage, to meditate, to sit on the balcony and drink tea, to take moments just to be with ourselves, to let ourselves be in our creativity, to let ourselves pleasure, to be in our own sensuality, to dance for no other reason other than just we love to dance. All of these things that are innate to the feminine embodiment. Why are we not doing that? What is the reason? I don't have time. It's too hard. I don't know where to start. Everyone else's needs are more important than my own. What are the excuses? Tapping the center of the chest. I've been thinking, and just tell me what you've been thinking. I've been thinking it's not safe to do it. Tapping the front of the ribs. I've been thinking, and just tell me what your limiting thought has been. I've been believing, and just tell me what you've been believing. And that's understandable. I don't feel radiant because of that. Tapping the side of the ribs. It's understandable. I've been feeling blocked here. It's understandable. I've been feeling disconnected. It's understandable. I've been feeling what? What have you been feeling as a result? What limiting emotions have you been feeling as a result of disconnecting from your feminine power? I've been feeling, and just stay with the tapping. Tapping the side of the wrist. I've been feeling, just tell me what you've been feeling. Let's now get into the feeling of it. I want you to feel whatever that is for you right now. Feeling not worthy, feeling disconnected, feeling not loved, feeling not appreciated, feeling exhausted, feeling tired, feeling scared and overwhelmed, whatever that is. And if you've been feeling predators, feel what that feels like. If you've been feeling suppressed, feel what that feels like. And I want you to just hop off the chat right now and lean into that in your body. What does that feel like in your body when that's there? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel sticky? Does it feel prickly? Does it feel sharp? Does it feel oozy, metallic? Feel it in your body. If there was a texture, Feel the texture of that in your body right now. Tapping the side of the thumb. Feel that texture in your body. Really lean into it. Now, as you go through this, you might start yawning, burping, crying, hiccuping, farting. All of this stuff happens as we move the energy. Lean into the discomfort of it. Feel it in your body. Okay. So once again, just hop off the chat because you're not going to be able to feel it while you're typing. So I want you to now feel it with me, whether it's overwhelmed, whether it's flaky, floaty, whatever it is, just feel it. And get uncomfortable. Let it be uncomfortable for a moment. This is how we clear it out of the body. Feel it in the body. Feel what it feels like in the body. Let it be uncomfortable for a moment. Tapping the next finger. Now, enhance the discomfort of it by 50%. Feel the texture of it, feel the discomfort of it, feel it in the body, present right there, whatever it is. Don't try to change it, just feel it more. Enhance the discomfort now by 75%. Really go there, really let it be uncomfortable. Let yourself feel whatever that is right now. Intensify it now by 100%, like so uncomfortable, just for a moment. Let it be there completely. Let that discomfort be there. Lean into it. Let yourself feel it. Feel what you've been carrying there, that feeling. Good. Take a big, deep breath. Release a big sigh. Good. Tapping the next finger. I love and deeply accept myself exactly as I am. Even though I've been carrying all of this. Even though this has been really hard on me. Even though I've been feeling lost in the fight. I love and deeply accept myself. And it's possible I can clean this up. No matter how long I've had this. And just feel how long you've been carrying that feeling for, that discomfort for, that overwhelm for, that texture for. Feel how long that's been repeating in your life. Feel all the times it expresses itself where you feel like you need to shrink your energy, hide your energy, push your boundaries, overtake your actual needs. Feel all of that right now. See how that's been repeating in your life for a very long time. Feel it for all those years that you've been carrying that for now. Take a long, deep breath in, release a big sigh. Good. Move the shoulders a little bit. Take another big, deep breath. Release a big sigh. Good. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. I love and forgive myself. Tapping the inside of the little finger. I forgive myself for carrying the burden. I just want to be free. Tapping the side of the hand. I forgive myself for carrying the burden for all this time. And for all the pressure I've been putting on myself to hold it all together. And just feel right now how you've been putting so much pressure on yourself to hold it all together right now. Feel you holding everyone in your life, all your clients, all your projects, all your family, all the responsibilities, holding it, holding it, holding it. Feel what that feels like, the pressure to have to hold it for everyone but yourself. Lean into that holding energy, the pressure, the weight of it. And take a big, deep breath and release a big sigh. Ah. And repeating after me, it's a lot to hold. Tapping the top of the head. It's a lot to hold. It's been too much for my system. It's really hard to hold it all. 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 Just be honest with it right now. It's hard, right? It's a lot to hold. Tapping between the brows, it's a lot to hold. Tapping the temples, and I want to let some of it go. I want to let some of it go. Tapping the cheeks, but it's really hard. I don't trust I'll be okay if I let it go. Tapping underneath the nose. I don't trust I'll be okay if I let it all go. But I need some space. Tapping underneath the lips. I need some space. 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 Big deep breath, release a big sigh. Good, tapping the center of the chest. And I am worthy of some space. I need some space. And I'm worthy of some space. Big deep breath, big sigh. Good. Tapping the front of the ribs, and just give yourself a little rock as you just tap on the ribs right now. Take another big deep breath in, release a big sigh. Letting out some sighs here. Whatever you've been carrying, feel what you've been carrying. Let your neck and your head be a little soft right now. Feel what you've been carrying, letting out some sighs. Good. Letting that vibration move through your body. Another big deep breath. Good. Tapping the side of the ribs. I need some space. Just a little bit of space. It's all I'm asking for. It's possible I'll feel better if I have some space. And I forgive myself for not stopping. Tapping the side of the wrist and all the guilt I have around taking care of my own needs. All of the guilt around taking care of my own needs. All the ways I've ignored my needs. All the ways I've ignored my needs. Okay, beautiful. Yeah. I can come back to life now. I'm ready to come back to life now. And I'm ready to stop hiding my power. Tapping the side of the thumb. I'm ready to own my power. Tapping the next finger. I'm ready to own my power. Tapping the middle finger. I'm ready to own my radiance. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. I'm ready to own my power. Tapping the inside of the little finger. I'm ready to shine my light. Tapping the side of the hand. It's possible. I can own my power. Tapping the top of the head. Even though I've been shrinking and hiding it. It's possible. I can own my power. Big deep breath, big sigh. Okay, I want you just to stretch open your mouth, your jaw. Open it up. Really open up the breath. Big deep breath, stretch open the jaw. Really open it up. You're opening up the hips as you open up the jaw, tapping the top of the head. Big inhale, open up the jaw, let out some fierce sounds. Let yourself be expressed, because the feminine energy isn't always just soft and subtle and quiet. She's wild, she's free, she's expressed, she has power in every part of her being. She's the creatrix of life. Let her be free. Let her sound. Let her make noises. Take a big deep breath. Open that jaw. Let out some wild feral sounds right now. And imagine that you're a feline cat that is protecting her young with all of her power right now, that she will not dim her power and her radiance, that she will fiercely protect the power of her life force. So feel that right now. And I want you to imagine that feline just making some sounds to really create a boundary around her own sacred life force. Ready? Feel what that cat wants to do right now, that feline creature. Feel it in your system. Feel what it is you're going to create a boundary around, what you're going to take a stand for, what kind of practices you're going to really have a boundary around keeping. Feel it right now. Like, this is your power. This is your protection. Take a big deep breath in, and we're going to make some sounds like a feline cat. Inhale. Between the brows, go again. Tapping the temples, and again. Stick out the tongue. Cheeks, once again, stick out that tongue, really growl it out. Shake the arms out, move the body a little bit, shake the head, move the energy, let it be a little bit wild for a moment. Let's just go into this for 30 seconds, just shaking the body right now. Move the life force through the system, move the energy, just shake it all out right now. Really go for it. We're going to do this for 30 seconds, all right? Let's go. All right, shake it out. We've got this. All All right, now while you're shaking, I want you to imagine that the energy, the life force is moving through your whole body right now, shaking out anything that doesn't serve, shaking out anything that is no longer yours to carry from your lineage. Feel that right now. And then make some sounds with your tongue sticking out. All right, now let's stand up. And we're going to just do some shaking here. All right, shaking the body, let it bouncing from the hips. Let it out of the system. Arms are relaxed and really shaking it out, and shake the head. Let's go. Oh, and then making some sound. Really shake it out of your system. Let your heels hit and impact the earth, and let the earth reverberate through the water in your body. Go for it. Really shake it out. Do it for 15 more seconds. Really go for it. Shaking it all out of the system. Sticking your tongue out. Going for it. Good. 5 more seconds. Beautiful. Coming back into a seated position. Beautiful. Just feeling this energy right now. So you just move. Feel the life force moving through your body. Feel that power that just got generated. Feel your heart beating. Feel life force. Feel the aliveness from moving the field. And as you tune into that intelligence, that life force has intelligence inside of you that is moving through your system right now. What does that intelligence want to say to you right now? What boundaries? What does it want to communicate? What does it want for your life? What does it want to tell you about your life right now? And then go ahead and just write the message from that life force, from that Shakti, from that primal force inside of you. What is the message from that primal force right now? And just write it into the chat. You are safe. Stop feeding the haters. Love. You are safe. Don't be afraid. I love you. You're enough. You don't have to shrink anymore. I'm alive. Beautiful. You have the most peaceful smile. You're free. You create from ease and flow. You are safe. You are purposeful. You are beautiful and loved. Beautiful. Let's all just tap the center of the chest right now. And repeating after me. I am safe to be me. I am safe to be me. I am safe to be wildly expressed. I am safe to shine my light. I am safe to be seen. I am safe to live life on my terms. And what are you safe? What's safe for you right now? I am safe for... tapping between the brows, and I forgive myself for thinking I wasn't safe. Tapping the temples, and however I picked up that belief from my mother. However, my mother didn't feel safe. Tapping the cheeks, I forgive my mother for not feeling safe. Tapping underneath the nose, I forgive my mother for not feeling safe. Tapping underneath the lips, she was struggling. And she needed love and support. and she wasn't getting it. Tapping the center of the chest. And I want you to now just go back into an early memory you have with your mum, where your mum wasn't feeling safe and you didn't feel safe because your mum didn't feel safe. See if you can find a time when your mum wasn't empowered and it made you believe that you couldn't be empowered either. Feel into your mother's energy when she wasn't feeling safe. And what was happening in that situation? My mother was, and what was your mother dealing with? What was your mother's struggle? My mother's struggle was, so just say what that is. Tapping the front of the ribs. My mother's struggle was, and I've been struggling with that too. My mother's struggle was, just saying what your mother's struggle was. And I've been struggling with that too. My mother's struggle was, and I've been struggling with that too. Take a big, deep breath, release a big sigh. Good. Tapping the side of the ribs. My mother's struggle was, just say what your mother's struggle was. And I've been struggling with that too. It's been really hard for me as well. Big, deep breath, big sigh. What did your mother need in that time that would have helped her feel supported? My mother really needed, tell me what your mother needed. Tapping the side of the wrist, my mother really needed. And she wasn't getting it. What wasn't your mother getting? My mother didn't get, and what didn't your mother get? And that's why she was the way she was. Tapping the side of the thumb. And I forgive her for what? What do you need to forgive her for right now? For not giving to herself, not knowing how to have or share with you. I forgive her for. Tapping the next finger. Because I've really needed, and what have you needed in your life? I've really needed. And I haven't been getting it. And I've really needed that myself. And I haven't been getting it. And I didn't have a mother who showed me how to get it. Tapping the next finger. I didn't have a mother who showed me how to access that. And I've really needed it. I've really needed, just tell me what you've needed. That your mother couldn't show you, couldn't give you, didn't know how to embody herself. And I've been trying to get it, but I haven't known how. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger, but I'm worthy of it. I am worthy of. Tell me what you're worthy of. I am worthy of. Tell me what you're worthy of having. I am worthy of. Say it again. I am worthy of. Tapping the little finger. I am worthy of. Tapping the side of the hand. I am worthy of. Say what it is. And I've always been worthy of that. Tapping the top of the head. Even though my mother didn't know how to give it to me, even though my mother didn't know how to embody it, I'm still worthy of it. And I've always been worthy of what? What are you worthy of? Tapping between the brows, and I'm coming back online now. Tapping the temples. My needs matter. Tapping the cheeks. I'm worthy of. Tell me what you're worthy of. Tapping underneath the nose. And it's possible, maybe I can have what? Tapping underneath the lips. I really want. What do you want? What do you want to have? What do you want to be? How do you want to be expressed? What do you want to create? How do you want to live in your feminine radiance? What would serve you? I really want. And I'm worthy of that. Take a big, deep breath in, release a big sigh. Tapping the front of the chest. And I want you to tune into a moment where you weren't getting that from your mother. Maybe you were watching her overgive and not give to herself. Maybe you were watching her shrink her power and her light. Maybe you were seeing her doubt herself. And so she wasn't able to fully lift you up. I just want you to see a moment where you started feeling that because you weren't getting that from her. And I want you to see your youngest, earliest memory of that happening, of you watching your mother in that disempowered place. And I want you to feel what that feels like to watch her in her disempowered place and to feel you becoming disempowered watching it. For you believing the stories that she believed. And then while you're in that memory, I want you to see your mother's higher self, the mother that was connected to her radiance, the mother that you wish she could have been, that was fully embodied, fully self-expressed, fully in love with her life, with her body, with her pleasure, with her radiance, the mother that was overflowing in her essence, that was an eternal spring of life because she was nourished and well fed and well taken care of and well loved. And I want you to see that mother, that version of her, walk into a frame of when you were younger, when you were watching her disempowered. Tapping the front of the ribs. And I want you to see her embodied, loving self right now. Walk over to that little girl that started to believe her needs didn't matter, that her power should be suppressed. And I want you to see your mother's fullest expression right now, her full radiance come over to you and pick you up in that moment and give you a great big hug. And I want you to feel your mother's radiance all around you right now. The radiance that you wish she had. The radiance that fills the room with joy and laughter. The radiance where your mother knew who she was. And I want you to feel her in her radiance right now, there with that younger version of you. And I want you to look into her eyes right now. And she has a message for you right now. What does your mother's higher self, your mother's radiant self want to say to you? She's telling me what? What's she telling you right now? My mother is telling me what? My mother is telling me. Say it out loud. And feel her wrap her arms around you right now. And what is she giving you permission for right now? What does she want to give you permission for in your life? My mother's giving me permission to what? My mother is giving me permission to what? My mother is giving me permission to what? Beautiful. My mother is giving me permission to what? Beautiful. And write it in the chat. Take a big deep breath. Release a big sigh. What is she giving you permission for in that moment? I have permission to live. I have permission to be happy. I have permission to heal. I have permission to expand. I have permission to live my dreams. I have permission to truly be myself. Tapping the wrist, I have permission to do what I love. I have permission to play. I have permission to shine. I have permission to do my life like I see it. And just feel yourself receiving that message, tapping the side of the thumb. I have permission to live my authentic self. Yes. Tapping the next finger. I have permission to say what it is. Tapping the next finger. I have permission to. Beautiful. Side of the hand. Next finger. I have permission to. Say what it is. Inside of the little finger. I have permission to. Feel yourself really receiving that deep inside your being as we rewire this. I have permission to. I have permission to. Top of the head. I have permission to. I have permission to. Beautiful. Big deep breath, big sigh. Good. Tapping between the brows. I have permission to say what it is. Beautiful. Take one more big deep breath. Release a big sigh. Okay, I want you to now place both hands on your womb. And I want you just to feel that permission slip in your womb right now, your power. And I just want you to create some circles with your womb right now. Close your eyes. And I want you to imagine that the womb is where all creativity comes from. So you're going to put the vision in your womb right now, creating some circles here. What is the vision? If you really let yourself have the thing that you just gave permission for, what would be happening in your life? We're going to put that intention into our womb right now, the place that creates it. So I want you to visualize what that permission slip is right now while you're creating some circles. What is the permission and what are you creating and what does it look like? And then just say it out loud. I have permission to, and just say what it is. and it looks like, and just describe what that looks like in your life right now. You're moving from left to right. Describe what that looks like right now. Really see the picture, see the vision, and hold that in the womb. Okay? Now, as you're seeing that picture of it, what's happening in your life while that's taking place? What kind of creativity, what joy, what play, what love, what self-expression, what full acceptance, what embodiment, what radiance. See it right now. See it in your life. See yourself living from that right now. Feel it. And what are the top 3 positive feelings that come with that? Is it joy? Is it peace? Is it depth? Is it opening? Is it play? Is it fun? Is it happiness? What do you feel when that's happening? Feel it in the womb. And then say out loud, it feels really, just affirm what that feels like. And what starts happening in your life when you allow that? I am, just describe what's happening in your world. I am, and this feels like. Beautiful. Now let's go the opposite direction with the womb right now. Opposite direction. And then as you're communicating to this power, to this creatrix inside, let's confirm this for your womb to hear. I give myself permission. It is safe to have this in my life now. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. And this can feel pleasurable. This can feel alive. This can make me free. Take a big, deep breath, release a big sigh. Okay. Now I want you to just touch your body, just gently, really gentle touches on the system right now. Like you're letting your whole body know that this is happening now. Feel the soft, sensual touch of your body. Beautiful. Feel yourself, your nervous system settling into this vision now. Wherever your hands want to caress and touch. Like you're loving the most beautiful human being on the planet with your hands right now. I'm floating high. Don't let me go. Softly moving that energy with your fingertips. You give me that sweet vibe. Nice. We got this, ladies. We got this. Sweet vibe. I feel running the fingers through your hair, letting yourself get in touch with the woman inside. Loving that body of yours, running the hands through the body. When I'm with you, I lose control. Imagine that all these words in the song are for you and the relationship with yourself. When you whisper low, close to my ear, I feel the heat. Beautiful. Taking some deep breaths, release some sighs. All right, let's all stand up. And I want you just to move your body however your body wants to move right now. Let her come home to herself. Let her feel sensual. This is for you and no one else. Beautiful. See if you can move the energy down to the knees. From the hips to the knees. Soft and slow, shivers run head to toe. Belly to knees. When you say I love you, my heart lights up. Hearts down to knees. Beautiful. You give me that all over your body now. Move the energy all over your body, up to your head, all the way down to your feet. I feel so high. sigh.
Don't let it
Oh, let out some pleasure
go. When I'm
sounds.
with you, I
Beautiful.
lose control.
Ah,
That sweet
yes.
life, yeah, I know
Big
all
deep
I
breath.
need is you.
Oh, beautiful. Letting it out through the pleasure of sound.
Sweet life, sweet, sweet,
Dance
sweet
for yourself.
life. I feel it every time I'm
Ah,
with
ah.
you.
Beautiful, my loves. Coming down into a seated position. Just feeling right now, feeling how you're feeling in your body, connection to your feminine energy. And just tuning in right now to the energy inside of you, the woman inside of you. Where are you now? And just feel what that number is. What was the intensity of the resistance, the stress, the struggle at the start? What was the number? And where are you at now? What did the number come down? Are you feeling more embodied? Are you feeling more connected to that beautiful radiance, that sensuality? Beautiful. Ophelie, 0. Amazing. Really, really beautiful to see you guys move through this today. 6 to a 0, 9 to a 3. Lady Lily down to a 2. Beautiful. 6 to a 2. Beautiful. 10 to a 5. Amazing. You ladies did so good. I want to open up. We'll probably go about 5 minutes over if you ladies are open to it. It'd be lovely to hear from some of you around what you discovered, what came through, what you learned in the process. Maybe we can have 2 or 3 women share something. Maybe it was a memory, maybe it was a realization. You can just raise your hand and yeah, bring you up to share something with the rest of the women. Okay, just raise your hand if you want to share anything that came through. Beautiful, Jules. Hi, Jules.
Thank you so much for this amazing session. I met you at Allegria last year, and your emotional release session was amazing. Sorry, I'm not on video because it's really late here.
That's okay.
From Dubai, and I just wanted to ask, you really like walked us through this process very beautifully, and you addressed patriarchy very clearly. So, and then I saw how you focused on the mother wound, which is very relevant. How do you think we can do the same thing, but forgiving, like, you know, males and the patriarchy? Because I also acknowledge that all the pain that our mothers carry or the lineage is actually coming from the patriarchy. It's because they were victims. So I feel like, yes, they passed it on because they were suffering and they couldn't break the cycle. But like, how do we get to the source? Because a lot of our struggles is relating to the men and
Yeah,
feeling safe with the men. So thank you.
great question. Love this question. And really, what it comes down to is women fully taking our power back and recognizing that we own our life. Because when the patriarchy happened, we basically gave our lives to men. Like, we couldn't vote, we couldn't make our own money. It was like there was a lot of suppression that took place, and so we were dependent on men. And now is a time where we don't need to be dependent. We can be co-creators with men. We can go into relationships as co-creators, and not from a place of I need a man to validate me. I need a man to take care of me. I need a man to X, Y, Z. Because when we have those beliefs that we're really wired in from the patriarchy, then we suppress ourselves. Then we appease men. Then we allow them to use us, or whatever comes from that old imprinting. But when we become empowered in ourselves as a woman to know that we are creator, we are the creatrix, we are a manifester of whatever life we want. Therefore, we can choose how we relate with the masculine, and we can choose who we're in relationship with. we don't have to sacrifice ourselves anymore. And hallelujah, fuck yes, right? We can be empowered women that choose our own destiny and choose to be in relation with men who honor the sacred divine feminine. We can choose to be in relationship with men who want to learn how to honor the sacred divine feminine. And because men are shedding a lot as well. Men had a lot happen in their field around, responsibility, and they put a lot of pressure on themselves as well. So they're shedding their own stuff. They're not allowed to feel their emotions, and you've got to be tough, and you're so disconnected from your sensitivity and all of that. So men are healing that side from the patriarchy as well. And we're healing our side. And the way that we both do it is we recognize that the masculine is inside of us and that they get to recognize that the feminine is inside of them. And that when we become whole, recognizing that we are both our own protector, we can be our own provider, and we can also be connected to our own intuitive wisdom, our own oracle powers, our own sensitivity, our own wild freedom that we love, that we have both, then we don't need the masculine to give us anything. Therefore, the masculine now becomes someone that we get to co-create life with. And the ones that are toxic, we don't even need to give attention to. A man either wants to learn and understand his own feminine side so he can understand the woman that he's with. And in the same way, a woman gets to learn about her own masculine side so that she gets to understand the male that she's with. And so we're both getting invited to do both sides of that coin. And there are many men out there that are super conscious, that are doing the work, that are unwinding so much of the dogma that they got trained into, because if a man back in the day, challenged that system and God forbid, honored his woman and his children and had a soft heart or felt emotions, their safety would be at risk. They'd be called a pansy and all of this stuff. So they had to hold a hard shell. But now women are going through this evolution, men are going through an evolution, and men are wanting to evolve and understand their feminine. Women are wanting to evolve, understand their masculine. And that's where a beautiful partnership comes in place. You learn and grow and evolve together. And then for the men that don't understand, and I've experienced that a lot as well, because I'm very expressed as a woman. I had this experience with a guy that was offering me a job just a few weeks ago, and he thought that I was coming onto him in a job. And I'm like, no, this is he's dangling the carrot of hey, this is a $30,000 contract. There's more to come. And in the end, I wrote to him and I was like, hey, the energy in the way that we're negotiating this doesn't feel clean, and I want you to take me off your books completely and please remove me, because my life force and my energy is so much more sacred than entertaining that. And some men just aren't there yet, and that's okay, and they're figuring it out, and they will figure it out in their own time. But I want to hang out and do business with masculine that is celebrating the feminine divine channel that I am and what I'm bringing into the space. And so not all men are going to be a match for that. And it takes women really holding that level of discernment so that men rise to meet us. And that's us making a stand, because I could have just overridden it and been all polite and oh, I'm going to get some good money out of this or whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm not willing to sacrifice my divine feminine energy for someone that doesn't understand that yet. And there's no hard feelings towards him. It's just I don't want to interact in that because my vibration is sacred. And so that's where we're at in the world. And I think the more integrity we have with ourselves, the more we clear out our reactivity, our response to them around it, the more we can be neutral and compassionate even. They've got stuff that they're having to move through. We can still have boundaries around it, but we just, we naturally choose where we want to be putting our energy. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you. You're so wise, and I loved every word. So really grateful to you. God bless you.
Yeah. Thank you, sister. And that's the work that we're doing. It really is, because not all men are there yet. And there are a lot of beautiful, conscious men out there that are doing the work. And they're the ones that we want to do business with. They're the ones that we want to be in partnership with and relationship with. They're the friends that we want to lean on. And the ones that are still doing the work, they'll figure it out. They'll find their matches and they'll go through their own lessons. But we don't need to be in those particular environments. Awesome. Sophia.
Hello. I
Hi,
just want to
sister.
say what a gift. Like when I seen this was occurring and then on my birthday, I was just like, wow, wow. This is how the universe works, you know. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like I just can't express. I've noticed on this journey that it's more about the breath work, the music, the movement of our body, and also all of that combined together is what really has enhanced my journey and my evolution and for the highest good of all. So this was just wow.
Thank you, sister. Thank you for, yeah, that prayer. I can feel it. You're already a divine channel, the way that you pray, the way that you speak, and the words that you bring through. They're affirmations for what is available for you and what's available for this world. And when women can speak in this language, this way of affirming reality, it is a blessing to everyone. So thank you for your words as well. And thank you for knowing what's possible for you and for all women.
Yes, thank you. We are more powerful together.
We are
One
more
love.
powerful. One love. Thank you, sister.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Clara. Hi, Clara.
Hi, that was wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, what came through for me is, and it was already there today, a masculinity actually. So I was wondering if I would be able to connect today, but I felt, yeah, of course, reconnecting to the feminine is wonderful always. Um, and but what I how do you say it? What I encounter is that I'm feeling often so feminine and open that I'm actually scared to let this life force energy and sexual energy and sensuality flow because I'm missing the part of aggression. And so,
Uh-huh.
because life force energy can also express as aggression, and it's necessary to also have that part, like when you have the yin and yang. I
Yes, for
don't, yeah,
sure.
you have like the black and the white dot, and the white and the black dot. So the feminine has to have a part of masculine, and the masculine has to have a part of feminine. And we have made it so extreme that it's become toxic, and women are too open and too vulnerable therefore, because we have been how do you say it, forbidden to express that aggression,
Right.
and it's with us, like you said,
Yeah.
the feral cat.
Yeah.
All female animals have it, and so we should also be having it. It's natural. And
Yeah.
so yeah, and when that clicked, I was like, ah, yeah, if I can allow myself that, and I went through my mother allowing me that, then I can let all the sensual energy come through because I feel safe then. So
That's exactly it.
yeah.
Beautiful. I just so eloquently said exactly, because that masculine, so the patriarchy actually also conditioned us to think that women should always be soft and well behaved and
Hmm.
on point and sensitive, and like that's also part of the programming as well. And it is a beautiful part of us. It does exist and it feels good and it's soft and it's sensual and it's yummy. And that's why men love us. But we also have this wild expression of the female power, like the winds, like the thunder, like the storms, it all moves through us. Emotions can be strong, they can be wild, and there's an intelligence in it. And men, they have no idea. They're like, emotions? What? I'm really afraid of a woman with emotions, right? And so when we learn as women to channel our emotions, not to project them on people, but to let them move us, and to let them be the sacred protector of our feminine as well, and to let it be fierce at times, and to let it have boundaries, God forbid, right? Like to draw a line in the sand, to this is my sacred space, and to take care of ourselves as well. And yeah, when both of those come together, then we're really whole. And we don't need then the masculine to rescue us. We don't need the masculine to do anything other than be a sacred co-creator with us at that point. So I really love that you brought that together. Nice, beautiful. Okay, we'll jump into two more. Eve, hi, how you doing over there, Eve? Oh, you're muted. You can just unmute yourself there.
Okay. I'm in Seattle, Washington.
Hello.
I love this experience when something comes out of my blind spot where I'm like, what? It hit me. I started crying walking up the hill when you asked about the mother wound, what my mother didn't get. And I suddenly, because what I've been struggling with is attracting the kind of man I want to be involved with or be in a relationship with. And I suddenly got it like a bolt out of the sky, because my father was just a mess. And I suddenly got that my mother was never partnered. That marriage and partnership are two different things.
Yeah.
That she was married, my grandma was married, the whole line. And I suddenly realized that none of them were ever partnered. And I'm acting that wound out myself by not attracting a partner. I attract lovely men, but they never want a partner. They love them, but they want to be friends, or they just want to have sex. I never attract that partnership. And also my mother wasn't able to partner her children.
I see.
I mean, it was just like, when your brain goes,
yeah, beautiful. Beautiful.
So
I love
beautiful.
that came through for you, because now, along with the awareness, you've been working on the somatic body to really reprogram it as well, and to actually give yourself, have an experience in the practice, and you get the replay, you can come back and do it again, to actually experience what it feels like to be partnered. Because when you feel it, then you reprogram yourself to have it. And because it was never given to you, it was never shown to you, you just recreated what you knew. And now giving it to yourself, feeling what it feels like, visualizing it, actually helps reprogram the system, so then you can attract it. So
well, just one more thing is, I'm just realizing it that right now as you're speaking, is that in believing this bullshit that there's nobody out there, I'm meant to be alone, blah, blah, blah bullshit, I'm abandoning myself. I'm not partnering myself in this venture of attracting the right partner.
Yeah, exactly.
And
beautiful.
You're a sweetie pie, and thank you so much. And I'm excited as to what I'm going to do now.
Wonderful. Yay.
Thank you,
Yes.
Thank you.
Definitely come back. Oh, okay. We have a space for one more share, and then I'm going to jump in and I'll just show you guys, if you wanted to go deeper, we can definitely do that together as well over the next few weeks. So let's hop up Vandana, because I think she was the next one in line. Hey, Vandana.
Hey, how are you? Thank you for
Good,
taking
love.
my question. Oh, this was
Yes.
so wonderful. Thank you for doing this, first of all. What a great service. I wanted to quickly ask my question that your session brought a lot of clarity of how my mom, and I never saw it like that. And I felt always very grateful in the household that always let me do what I was doing. But in that, today in the meditation and the tapping session, it also, I was able to see how I was seeing my mom while I was being provided for. She was the one really struggling. She was the one who never got the time to sit down. She was the one running around to provide for us. And I do the same. And and I've just taken time to now slow down a little bit, but I'm struggling with this conditioning, which is so deeply rooted in my lineage. Being coming from India, first generation to move here in this country to provide for our kids and a new life, everything. So there's a lot of pressure that I've been carrying, which I didn't see in this light before. And I'm feeling that, how do I balance now? And I'm now in a place where I am slowing down to create from that flow that I'm feeling.
Yes.
And I want to stay with that flow. However, my masculine is continuously pulling me into action, pulling me all the time. So I'm struggling with the flow and the
Yeah.
conditioning of masculinity and the pressured work and hard work. And only when you have achieved this can you take a
Right.
breath and slow down. That is the struggle that I'm having. So any tips there would be very helpful.
Yes, yes. And this is something that's been a really big dialogue for me as well, because you're coming from like really high level achievement, wanting to have success and always like the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. And being forced last year to not do anything was really massive medicine for me to actually sit still. And then
Mm,
the process after coming out of that, now whenever there's an opportunity that arises or even an idea, because I get a lot of great ideas and I often set a lot of things in motion, and then all of a sudden I've got so much stuff to do and I'm not taking
yes.
care of my feminine, right? So now number one priority before any decisions is what I'm doing for myself and my own well-being. And so if that means to start with every week putting on your calendar chunks of time that is just for your own feminine space, so that you don't fill up your calendar with all of those masculine activities, all of that creating. And then when it comes to projects or taking care of other people, like really before saying yes, having a pause. And even if I feel like it's an instant yes, I'm practicing now saying, let me have a day to think about it, and then I will say
Mm,
yes or no in a day. So if someone
mm,
presents something or if I have an idea that I might move ahead on, I give myself 24 hours just to sit with it. And while I'm sitting with it, I think about how is my energy going to feel while I'm doing it? Will I feel resourced while I'm doing this? Am I going to be in a space of overflow, or will I feel pressure? Does this feel
mm,
like a pressure for me? And if it feels like a pressure, what would either help it not feel like a pressure, or does it need to wait until I have a little bit more space so I'm not overcrowding my
mm,
calendar with too many things?
mm.
Because I think
Awesome. Thank
we've
you.
been
Yeah.
trained to be hyper productive. This is the world
Yes.
we live in, a caffeinated culture, like your adrenals are just pumping, do.
Yes.
People overriding. And actually, when you slow down, what often happens is all of the stuff that you've been overriding starts to emerge. And so the past
Mm,
6 months, I've been in a really deep slowdown. And sometimes it feels uncomfortable for me to move so slow. I'm like, I should be doing something. And then the
mhm,
intuitive part says, no, you need to actually be slow right now. And as I'm
mm,
being slow, all of my unprocessed stuff is coming up, and I'm realizing, oh, the reason what a lot of the time I'm moving fast and putting so much on my list is because I'm actually avoiding the deep inner space. And when we clear out what we've been avoiding, the deep inner space then directs the show. And it's much more intelligent than like, I got to do. It's much more like,
mm,
okay, really clear guidance, intuitive guidance, because it's coming from the deeper inner space versus the programmed productivity, search for success space. So
mm.
the slowing down really does help. It's uncomfortable though, but it does repattern you when you do it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's
Yeah,
very helpful.
beautiful. Thank you for sharing. All right, I would love to have more shares, but I know that we've gone a little bit over today, and loving that everyone has stayed on. So I want to share something with you, which is really, really sweet and precious to my heart. It's something that I've been sharing for about, I think this is the 6th year that I've been doing it. This is the first time I've been doing it with women, and would love to invite you guys into the container if you want to go deeper into it. So what I'll have is I'll have Beta, who's one of my support leads in the program, just bring up the program that we're going to be sharing. Beautiful. So this is a program. If you want to continue to do that deeper inner work, clear out all the stuff that's draining you in the background, this is a program that I created that will support you to really drop all of that baggage, the stress, the overwhelm, the ways we self-sabotage, and really have a deeper look inside our being at what what those patterns are, where they're coming from, do the lineage work, do the ancestral pattern work, do the cultural clearing, all of that stuff. So I've created a 7-week program. This is my signature program for actually doing that deep inner work. And this is really about stepping into a life of letting go of all that struggle, that overwhelm, all of those limiting stories, the things that are holding you back, so that you can start to really activate your deepest level of trust in life, your self-love, your inner power, and that radiance, so that you can start creating from miracles in your life as well. And over the next 7 weeks, what we're doing, we're launching it on the 25th. We'll basically be doing 7 weeks of different topics that will help you clean up a lot of the stuff that's draining your radiance, that's holding your life force back, so that you can really step into a new level of empowerment. So with that, we look at every area of your life, like, where are you giving your power away here? Where are you draining here? How do we reprogram this part of you? So in week 1, we'll be doing a deep healing, and this is about identifying major moments in your life that are influencing you today. So it could be childhood patterns, it could be things that happened earlier on in life, and clearing out some of those deeper core wounds. And then we get you into a visioning and intention setting process, which will then go through the weeks as well. So in addition to cleaning up all of the stuff, we then combine it with somatic visualization, breathwork exercises, as well as vision mapping, so that you can really get a clear sense, embodied sense of what you're stepping into, what this new radiation is, what this new beautiful radiance is, what you want to be bringing into the world. And so then we move into week 2, and week 2 is really looking at your vibrancy and health, and what are the things that are holding you back from really taking care of your health in deeper ways, and feeling alive in your body, feeling alive in your being, and feeling healthy. And so we'll be clearing out different things that have imprinted you, different habits and things like that, so that you can start creating healthy relationships, healthy vibrancy and health, and stepping into a new way of eating, a new way of taking care of your body, etc. And then we move into week 3, and that's your radiant relationships, which I know many women here are working on as well. You know, how do we actually be in relationship with the masculine from a place of radiance and beautiful co-creation, and heal those patterns? Maybe they're patterns around boundaries, or how to communicate your needs, what kind of love you want to co-create, and discovering family patterns that might be holding you back, or beliefs surrounding relationships, and letting go of some of that baggage that might be draining you, and creating a new template for relationships. So whether you're looking for partnership or you're in partnership, this is a really beautiful way to actually create more radiance in your relationships that particular week. And then we move to week 4, which is a really fun week. This is all about play and inner joy. So yeah, taking our power back and letting ourselves enjoy life, letting ourselves have play, and looking at all the ways we've told ourselves we don't have time, we're not worthy of play and inner joy, that's just a simple luxury, and actually reprogramming it to know that play and inner joy are part of the overflow that benefits all life. And so creating a joy calendar, which is a really fun exercise that we do, where you're putting joy activities on your calendar every week, and you're designing it, and you're doing deep work in the mirror as well, mirror work, where you're affirming things and affirming what you want to create for your life, what kind of happiness you want to bring into your life. And that really creates the amazing radiance as well, you know, when we're having fun, when we're giving ourselves permission to have joy. And then we have week 5, which is all about wealth and abundance. And that's clearing out a lot of those money beliefs, the emotional patterns. And I think it's an important piece for women to have as well, because a lot of the time we've been programmed for so long that we are dependent on the masculine financially. And what about if we actually realize that we're magnets for abundance? Because many of us women, we are, you know, we see it in our life. We might have abundance of friends or abundance of beautiful connections. And how do we see that abundance in all areas? And how do we release some of those beliefs that we have around money, and how we see the limitations around money, and come back into more knowing the abundance inside? And a lot of those practices come from the internal generosity, gratitude, which then amplify our ability to receive as well and expand our wealth. And And then one thing that I will often say is when you are embodied in that, like everyone around you starts to become wealthy as well. So a lot of like the Vedic teachings talk about when a woman is embodied in her abundance, the masculine starts making more money, and recognizing that we are the channel of abundance. And so we can do that for ourselves. We can be that in our families, and we can own that for our life as well. And then we move into week 6, which is all about success as well. And this is a different kind of success. This is the kind of success where you're creating from inspiration and not creating from pressure. And we're releasing all of those imprints that were put on us around performance, around having to achieve, around thinking that success is when you achieve that thing and you can't be content until you do it, and all of that, and recognizing that deep state of inspiration that guides what we're creating in our life. And when we're really deeply inspired in spirit, there's an overflow that happens that we get to create from, and that starts creating our projects, and that starts creating the wealth, the opportunities, because we're inspired, and that's magnetic to the world when we're in that space of inspiration. And then the final week, which is really fun, which is our miracles week. And I love miracles. Hands up if you like miracles. I think women are the most amazing miracle makers. I really do, because we're so in touch with the life force. And when we get in touch with that life force, miracles happen, opportunities come out of nowhere. People show up. Like we are at the grocery store and the person we were thinking about just shows up. And there's a law of attraction that happens when we're in that flow state with our feminine. And that deep surrender, the divine plan, can actually come into our life because we're not resisting reality anymore. We're in our flow state with our feminine life force. And so that week's really fun. And then every week we're adding to our vision board. So we're all creating vision boards together. And by the end of week 7, you have all parts of your life and the vision that you're creating and the embodied practices that are helping you create it. So it's a really, really fun week to wrap it all up. And then every week you're getting videos, you have a workbook, there's a 90-minute tapping immersion pre-recorded every week on the topic. There's vision quests, which are embodied breathwork visualization experiences to help you bring in the intentions that you want. And then the manifestation exercises as well that I mentioned. So that's happening every week through the program. And then there's live classes that will happen with me throughout the program as well. So over the 7 weeks, you'll have 3 live classes with me. So, and these ones are really super nourishing to really come back to yourself. The first one is about really coming home to your being, letting go of that stress, the survival, the overgiving, the self-doubt, and rebuilding yourself from safety and trust and self-love. And then the next one is all about releasing that emotional weight. So anything that you've been carrying, for years, the stress, shame, emotional patterns, that'll be a nice deep release, that particular class, to really clean up the nervous system so that Shakti, that life force, that power can start moving through your body. And then the final workshop that we'll do is opening to the new self, the part of you that's been hidden underneath all those layers for so long, and coming back into more of that joy and that connection and that pleasure in your life, and the healing that has been wanting to happen. And then really feeling what that self is in your life, what that new being wants to be, how she wants to show up, how she wants to share with the world. And that's the final live class that we do in that particular series. So if we can just keep going down, Veda. So basically we're opening it up today, and we'll be opening up the launch. Or you can stay there with the bonuses. Maybe. Yep, just with the bonuses. So we're going to, if you guys want to join us and sign up today, we have these additional bonuses as well for anyone that comes to the masterclass today. So we've got a digital tapping journal that you'll get so that you can track your progress. It's something that I designed and takes you really deep into your practice as well. You'll get some extra transformational tapping scripts to do with all these different topics as well. And then I'm going to give you a couple extra bonuses, our Tapping into Financial Flow mini course. And then Veda, if you just scroll down a little bit. Yep. And our Tapping into Magic Grace mini course as well. So So you'll get all of those if you sign up tonight. And then every week we'll be starting on the 25th of June. And yeah, every week you'll get content dripped out to you. You can just pause there with the payments, Veda. Yep, beautiful. So yeah, so if you guys want to join us, you can either sign up with a one-off payment and it's $647 USD, or you can just split it up over 3 months and it's $227. And yeah, that will plug you right into the course. You'll get videos every week. You'll also get the live classes, and then there'll be ways to interact with us as well as you're going through the program. In those live classes, you'll get Q&A. We'll have discussions a little bit like what we did today, as well as somatic practices and that live with me as well. So basically, that's what we're doing. Let me see if there's anything else on the page that we want to go over. So yeah, if you wanted to look at this, we can pop this as a link for you. Yeah, and there's also some facts in there. If you're new to tapping, obviously many of you might be new tonight for the first time as well. So you can always just pick it up that you don't need any experience with tapping to do the course. So even if you're brand new, you'll roll straight into it. And if you're working on any challenges in life, the personal peace process will cover all of the life sections. So it'll help you go into every area of your life. And say relationships is a big issue for you right now, you can spend more time that week on relationships, and then other weeks there might be other areas where you discover things as well. So I think that's it for now. Do you guys have any questions? If you want to write any questions, or if you want to raise your hand and present any questions, we'd be happy to answer you for what we're going to be doing over the 7-week period. And yeah, it would just be so fun to gather a group of us together and really have a journey together. I think it'll be really, really nourishing for me, and yeah, to really create community. So yeah, if you have a question, just raise your hand. Otherwise, you can go ahead and yeah, and just you can click the link there and you can sign up. We're also available on support if you've got questions after the call. Yes, Lucy. She did do the last one, Lucy. It was so good to have you in there, and it is amazing. It really is deep inner work, and to feel supported and nourished as you're going through all of those layers feels really supportive as well. It's the reason why I made it, because I originally did it for myself and created it for myself, and just found myself really go through a huge transformation with it. So wonderful. Awesome. So if no one has any questions, just give you guys a minute or two to raise your hand if you do. Will we receive a copy of this workshop by email? Yes, you will. So in 24 hours, like tomorrow, we'll be sending out this as a replay, and it's a great thing to redo as well, because you'll always discover more every time you do a tap. It will reveal something else. Your subconscious is amazing in that way. So yes, definitely we'll be sending out that replay. Beautiful. Well, my loves, I want to thank you from the depths of my heart. I'm wrapping you all in a great big hug right now and a big squeeze. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for staying over. Thank you for your questions. This has been such a delight, and seriously, for what I went through last year, to be able to now offer this back from everything that I got to learn in my journey, and to be able to support you as well. Thank you, Jules. It's truly an honor, and would love to continue to go deeper with each of you. So hopefully we can do it together. All right. Thank you, my loves. And we'll see you all hopefully very soon. Love you.